Alright, we should be back anytime soon. Here I am. I ate and I slept. Okay. What I did is I ate and I slept. A bit. No, I was tired. And hungry. Sorry, I sneezed. And now... Okay. I am sorry. I had to sneeze again. Discord does not know I am streaming, bro. Okay, I had to disable and re-enable streamer mode manually. That's interesting. Should I title the stream like, oh, this is what I'm doing right now? Writing a I'll just say 08. Writing a static blog builder in Odin. Done. Stream info updated successfully. Nice. Okay, guys, I'll install the new version of Odin. So the way I do it is like I download it. Hold on. Okay, I'll not do this in this browser. I currently don't have the best workflow for installing new versions of Odin. I mean, it's fine. I'm not doing this so often, right? Just basically, I have a place where the executable is, and I just substitute it. It's like very simple, basic way of doing it. So I just go into my terminal right here and do like which. Sorry, it's all fucked up and buggy. Okay, thank you. Let me type. Can I type? Damn, it's having a bit of trouble extracting the Odin stuff for whatever reason. Which Odin? Can I? Okay. Oh yeah, pretty good. CD which Odin get 0.path. And I want their path their name. And this puts me in Odin, and I can open Windows Explorer here. Yes, I'm on Windows. Forgive me for the grave sin I have committed, okay? Where's Odin? Odin. 2025-7. Dist. It's now in a dist folder. Why would it be in a dist folder? I think they zipped it wrong or something. I don't know if these do it manually. I don't think they do. But I don't recall it working like that. Okay, guys, I substituted it. I should be able to do Odin version and see 07. There we go. We got access to all the new stuff now. All right. Okay, let's go back to writing fucking program. So, here I am. And what I need to do now is to figure out where I'll put the file. Okay? So if you recall, what we'll get here is something like path to input. And possibly we'll have something like subfolder. Oh yeah, let me see one thing I'm curious about. Does Odin, does Discord know? I mean, okay, yeah, it has updated my Odin, my Discord thing. Okay. I was gonna drop my channel on the Discord Twitch thing, but I don't think that's somewhere I should like do that at, and I won't. Plus it's annoying when people keep going like, oh, watch my stream, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to to go into that territory. So I can receive something like this. So path to inputs, and then there's a subfolder, and there's mypage.psbb, for instance. Okay. So what I have to do is get this to path to output slash subfolder. Same thing, but with HTML. All right. So up here, I am checking that the string ends. Okay, if the string doesn't end with psbb, it's like a generic like file, right? Maybe an HTML file you want to like specifically build because I don't know, you have specific needs or whatever. Maybe it's an asset file like a PNG for whatever reasons, stuff like that. Maybe it is a CSS file, right? Or other forms of files that we don't have much interaction with. Okay? Could be a number of things we don't care about. So all we do is we copy the file to the output path. Okay? That's all we do. So in order for us to do this right here, we have the full path of the file, which should be an expanded, cleaned version of the path as I understand it. And so you can understand that we'll start with like absolutes like this. So what I'll do, first thing I'll do is I remove this extension, okay? So I'll have this thing here, okay? I'll start labeling things. So this is O1, okay? And then in the second step, we'll have this without the PSBB extension. So if I go to the top, you can see this is the definition of PSBB extension, which is just a string. And then what I will do, is I will remove the starting thing here. I'll basically advance by the size of path to input. And this will get me something that looks like this, okay? I suppose. And then all I need to do is I need to do slash path to output plus this, right? So this is a join. Remove extension. Sorry, this should be here. Remove extension. Remove input path. Join with output path. This should get us to this, and then it's going to do this, and then should be the .html. Add extension. So there we go. That's how we do it. Except this is step 5. Okay, that's basically what we'll do here. That's the plan. So let's start. Of course, in between here, we will need to check if the thing is empty. Specifically here, I believe. Yeah. So let's just do. You don't need to be here. I would be doing this right now. We do is info.fullPath. That's the path of the file. Okay. So we need to end before. So it's length of info.fullPath minus length of PSBB extension. Okay. This should get us the trimmed path without the extension. Okay. So I'll call this. Should I put this in a? I'll have like temporary. Okay, I'll put this into a little block. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do it. So the way I do things here, and you can probably see this up here, is this. I didn't leave a comment in this case. I will. So I'll show you guys what I usually do. It's like the things like this. You could see me doing this with Lua earlier today, right? So something like this, and then I put a name here, telling us what this block is basically doing. If the file is not a PSBB file, just copy it to output. Okay, and I can now fold this group of lines. Where was I? Okay, here it was. this thing is like kind of parsing it wrong. Okay. So I'll do something similar here, where I will say this is um get output path. Pretty self-explanatory, I suppose. So this should be here. Maybe this? I don't know. I'll do this. Because I think that's also what I'm doing like in other cases. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So this, also I'll call it no ext. Because that's what it is. Now I need to trim the input size. I don't recall. It's in state. I think it's in state. Yeah, this function receives state. And state, which is here, has an input directory path. And since I'm iterating over files into the directory path, right? I'd expect that to be the case. So, relative path will be no ext, and we just do, we need to start after the length of state dot input directory path. So that's it. And this is what we check. If relative path is empty, this is where I would use my explode function, which now is fmt.panicf. And I will say, actually, panicf is not like explode. It is not exactly. I'll have to... Oh, wait. Hold on. I will make a little to-do here. I'll say to-do myself. fmt.panicaf is not exactly like explode. Fix. Alright. So I'll pretend like it is. And keep using it as if it was. For now, because I'll fix it later. And so if it's an empty path, empty page name for this, and this is info.foo path. So like explode, basically, right? Stop working, panic, exit. Otherwise, we do have a path that looks like this. And now, the output path would just be os2.path_join. I don't recall. Can do this? And it should be like state.output path directory alongside relative path. I just erased the entire end of the line for whatever reason. Like this. And this should be like output path a string, and it should be equal to this. But there can be an error when we join. So say err is os2.error, and then we can basically do output path err equals this. Right? Right. I will experiment with not passing in string, which still does not work. But I would have to do gs anyway, because this needs context allocator explicitly, right? If I recall correctly. And then if error is not nil, I don't really care about what the error is. I'll simply panicf could not join I don't know, what did I do in the past when I failed to join? I just say failed to join these paths. Okay. Failed to join you, and those are state dot output path there, and relative path. I have to do this. Boom. Okay, that's better. Okay. Otherwise, yeah, we're fine. Actually, no allocations done in this little block. But I'll keep it this way. I'll keep the block as a little block. Okay. So should I do this though? Should I? Is there a case that I have here where, oh shit, sorry, where I have an external variable? No, well, not here, maybe somewhere else. Gosh, okay, I don't have any. But I think it reads better if I do this. Because otherwise it's a bit weird to see like this variable being used. No? I think I also do something similar. Where is it? Here? Or like, okay, I create the Lua state. Should I? Okay, I'm going to do something and I don't know, maybe it gets people mad. I am not entirely sure. Hopefully not. I'll say Lua state is a pointer to Lua dot state. If I recall correctly, that's how the type is, right? Because I think it's like Lua state on the like C API. And then this disappears. Yes. Oh, I'm not used to. I could have just done this. That's true. That's true. So like it makes sense to see this because like, oh, this thing is exposed now, right? Does it make sense? Hopefully it does. And then if it gets used elsewhere, you're not like, where is Lua state defined, right? Because it's, hey, it's right here. All right, so I get my output path. And oh, I'm stupid. Sorry. I'll say so. It's this, and this, and so the last thing I'll try to join is .html. That's not how you do strings in Odin. Sorry. I don't know. Should I create a constant? That sounds stupid. No. Should I do it? Like this? I don't know. Is this more consistent or stupid? I don't know. I don't know which of the two. I think I'll just say ext. Okay. Actually, so let me just switch every occurrence of PSBB extension for PSBB ext. Here and there. That's all? That's all the places we use that in? Fine. So let's just do HTML ext. So that's what we'll pass here. Okay. Maybe those names are bad. Maybe I should do page, right? Page extension and output extension. Not sure, and I will not do that. Plus, using those constants kind of just keeps me from typos, from making typos. Yes. So if I type one of their names wrong, compilation is going to fail. And I only have the single place to look at them. Yeah, whatever. Moving on. So we got output path done. And now we know where we should write the files to. And this is going to be important because we're going to need to give this output path to these functions. We're going to do this stuff. Am I right? So parse template. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, that's correct. Well, not to the functions. I'm sorry, I said something wrong. Really, we need to parse the template here, and after we're done, and then if we're passing all we need. Yeah, it's all it asks for. Then we should have a rendered HTML unless it panics and explodes, right? Fioramon's going live. That's a surprise, but that's great actually. All right. And I want to finally write the rendered HTML to my output path. Now, the output path, as I explained, could be like have subfolders and stuff that do not exist in reality. And I do wonder if OS2 already has something for recursively creating directories. If it doesn't, shouldn't be too hard to write our own either. So OS2 is not going to appear here, right? github.com/odin-lang/odin/ that should be in core OS2. Can you do that? I don't think you can do that. Sorry. Master? I don't recall how these links work. Tree? How do you do that? Okay, tree. Oh, okay, it was tree and then master. Okay. My bad. Look at Glimian, it's here. So that should where would that be? Would that be in file? Why am I what am I doing? Sorry guys, I can just CD to I'm already where I should no, I'm not. CD to Odin root and yes, I am exactly. I'm so sorry. Okay, I can go here and then I can just explore things here. Okay, I forgot what my grep thing is. Map leader. Maybe OG for grep. OF. OG. Space OG. I want to find something like MK Deer. Okay, there's make directory. And does that have any... Okay, there was something there. I need to get rid of these ligatures. They actually, I don't know, I don't really like this one specifically. So, make directory. Okay, it doesn't seem to do any... recurse. Okay, GQ, space GQ. What is it? What is it again? Forgive me. OG, space OG. And I want to find recurse. Okay, their walker is a recursive directory walker. Okay. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for, though. Okay. The thing I'll have to do is like, take the path and split it into parts and walk through the parts as I aggregate them. I could do this by like splitting and then joining, or just finding the next / right? Do we have something for slashes in path / No, we don't. We don't be having that. No. Oh, this splits into thing and file name. No. Split. Split file name. No, I just want split. Split the entire thing. Can just what does that mean? Okay, that's kind of it, but not really. I'm looking for something that... Like it will take A/B/C and then just, you know, give me those parts. Doesn't OS have that? Why did I say OS? Yes, OS. It is OS actually. Yes, exactly that. It's better to do this. Okay, I have dare. I don't think any of those would be like path things specifically. Uh Split. I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. Is path separator. Oh, I do have one thing that I wanted to see. We have clean here. Clean path. Hey. I want to see if it makes forward slashes into, sorry, backslashes into forward slashes. Because if it does, it would be really cool. My mouth is starting to get dry. I need to drink water. Okay, if it's dot or nothing, it just clones it. Makes a buffer, rooted start, clean path handle start. This is the only point where Windows and POSIX differ, as Windows has alphabet-based volumes for root paths. That's true. Okay, so for IJ, start. Okay, so both start at the start, as well as head and buffer I. They go through the path bytes. If we reach the end, I think, or if it's a path separator, question, why use underscore? Why use underscore if version without underscore available? I mean, they're the same thing. I don't know. Okay, so if it's a path separator, roll back to the last one. Okay. So element is from J to I. So it kind of looks ahead, it seems. Okay, if it's dot, if it's double dot, so it's like, okay, oh, I see. So this is going up. Otherwise, do this. Now, what is underscore path separator? Oh, it's OS specific. Oh, I see. Okay, where's the split function again? I think I can still use it, perhaps. Man, if this thing like uniform, you made it uniform, that would be good. Can I? Can I actually just split it like? Does it split directories? I could just read the damn function. I could just read the damn function. Why am I not reading the damn function that's right here for me to read? Where is it, by the way? Split. File. No, that's not file name, actually. Split path. Yes. Oh, it's OS specific. Okay. Where is it? I should actually have done like... That's not what I should have done, by the way. Guys, I'm sorry. I started using Mene a few days ago, so I'm not too used to that. Oh yeah, I think I had Omni in my head. So OF. Oh, there we go. So I can finally do. I forgot what I wanted to do, guys. I'm sorry. I think it's path windows. Yeah, because I'm on Windows. I want to know what this underscore split underscore path does. So what it does is take the volume name. Yeah, the volume name length thing, right? So like it tells you, oh, you're on colon C. So, you know, yeah. Um, I equals, okay, the last index, uh, while y is greater than volume length and is not a path separator, go back. What? Sorry, what? Um, I'm confused. So it starts at the end. Okay, the I greater than volume length is in case you just have something like, oh, it's literally the string like C, right? That's a string. And not is path separator. So it goes back that amount. What? I mean, if it doesn't end with a path separator, it's going to go back by the size of the volume and stop at some separator. And then it's going to check if I is equal to the volume length. And it returns, so the directory it returns is everything after I. Possibly empty, and the thing. No, sorry, it's everything up to I, and then the file's everything afterwards, which can be empty. Otherwise, if I is greater than volume length, return up to. Okay, so like this returns. Okay, this returns like with I together, but this does not include I, basically. Right, because this means like at the end of volume length. I'm a bit confused about the going back thingy, but fine. Guys, why so hard for no reason? Um, what is the difference between those? Uh, one second, guys. Give me 1 second. It's gonna be really quick. I'm back. What is the definition of no, it doesn't find that. Okay, so in Windows, it's the backslash. Is there any operating system in which it isn't a character? But I mean, okay, okay. They make it available as a character, but also as a string. So I'll do my own thing, I guess. Because I don't know if it does it recursively or not. I could check, right? I could use that and check. Windows. Oh, hold on. What is mkdir all? What does that mean? What does that do? We should be on, no, we're not on path. Where's the path one? Mkdir, make directory. Mkdir all, make directory all. Make a new directory, creating new intervening directories when needed. That's what's going on. I see. Now, this does not tell me if it's going to return an error. If it does exist already, can I see? Can I check? I mean, I have the path windows here. mkdir all should be here. So this is using create directory Dalio, and I expect that to also be used here. Yes. Does that make sense, or does it not do that? What is it doing? Fix root directory is a function here. And then we do stuff. And it does mkdir itself. So yes, it's ultimately going to be using create directory Dalio. I'm going to just go create directory Dalio win32. Specifies a new directory. If the underlying file system supports security on files and directories, the function applies a specified security descriptor to the new directory. To specify a template directory, use the ex function to perform the operation as a transacted operation. I don't even know what that means. I don't even recall what transacted operations are. Should I look at it? No. Okay. Okay, it does return an error if it already exists. If I mean, that should be simple. I should just check if it exists with isdir, right? Okay, that should be fine actually. So I'll just do write rendered HTML to output. So what I'll do is if back. If not os2.isdir output path, then big problem. Not big problem. What am I saying? It's just os2.make directory all, right? Is that what the name of it? Yes. Yeah. So what do you need to give it? Is a path in? Oh wait, I'm surprised. That doesn't take allocator? Interesting. So this does not allocate? No, it does. But it just frees them, I guess. It does make a temp allocator. Wait, am I reading this wrong? I don't see where it gosh, I'm so stupid. I don't see where it recurses. It doesn't use any form of recursion, maybe. Because, like, okay, it declares the fixed root directory function. I don't see where it... Okay, it does stat. Return dot exist. I mean... Instead of even checking if the thing exists, we could just try to create it, and then if it returns .exist, we just move on. Or well, we error if it isn't nil or exist, right? Okay, I need to say I do not understand. I don't understand where it loops over them to create the directories. I'm so stupid. It's right here. Okay, my bad. I do know now. So what I'll do is actually just make directory all, and make directory all with the output path, but actually it needs... No, it's not the directory path, the output path, because the output path has the file. I need the file thing, so that should be actually easy to do in path. Oh, we have a split file name. That's not what we want. That is not it. What is it? I keep forgetting. What is going on? I have 1 megabyte of RAM in my brain currently. Here, split a path into a directory hierarchy and a file name. So, okay, it takes the /home foo and then the thing, and then splits into those two things. That's what I want. Yep, that's what I want. So, split path. This does not allocate. Okay. Let's do the split path. Output path. Output dir. Output... And I don't care about the other one. Okay. Do this. There's an error? There's no error, guys. So let's take output directory and let's try to make it. And it takes only that as an argument and permissions, I guess. And I think make directory like the standard one already gives it permissions. I suppose. Oh, sorry. I don't want to add anything here. I am on Windows. I'm gonna see this. Make directory. Oh, yes, it already does the permission thing and returns an error. So make dir err. Is this, and then if make dir err is not nil and it is not exist, Because if it's nil, fine, right? Like it didn't exist and it created it for us. And if it is exists, it's like fine, because it already existed. We can use it. Otherwise, fmt.panicaf, and I'll say because the thing that must have happened here is failed to create directory thing. Was I putting dots at the end? I shouldn't. If I was, that's output dir. All right, and if that isn't the case, we now should have an existing directory where we can write our file, and we can open our file for creation now, right? Hopefully, with open. And I think path has a thing for us. Probably not path, actually. I'm sorry. File.oden should have for us something of the sort. Create, right? Which is just that, actually. Maybe this is better. I mean, I would actually want that with truncate, because like it's, if the file already exists, I want to just like write over it, yeah. So it's like create, write, truncate. That's what I want. Probably, yeah. That's what I want to do. Open is here, probably. There we go. So we should do name and flags, and it returns file pointer and error. Output file handle. Output file ERR. os2.open, and it's output path. And the things. Okay, let me just do this already. And the flags I want to pass is create, truncate, and I want to have the permission to write. Is there anything else I need to pass? Not really. And then if output file ERR is not nil, then fmt.panicaf failed to open file thing. Output file, output path. Should I call this file? Should I call this file? So whenever I say output path, I say output file path. That sounds like a better idea, more consistent with the way I'm writing the rest of my code. So, yeah. Otherwise, we managed to create the file and we have a handle to it now, which we should remember to close. Happily, we have defer and Odin, such a superior language. Next step is to just write the thing. Yeah, is it in here? Seems to be the case. It has write bytes. It probably has some write string. No thing. It doesn't. It's not like it's hard to do at all, of course. I'll do that then. Sudo write. File is output file handle, and the thing we want to write is cast to byte array. I don't recall. Does parse template return a string? Yes, it does. Rendered HTML string. Probably a better name to indicate what it is, because it could be bytes, right? I wouldn't know just by reading it. And there we go. We should now do the thing. Okay. What's left for us to do is to actually write the things. Of course, we can test things first. Okay. For instance, I can write banana nana and have a new line right here. Because I'm on Windows, I'm going to do this. And please don't get mad at me. That's all I will say. All right. All right, guys. Am I mapping leader as subdate? Okay, it's fine. All right. Now let's open a terminal and test something out. Why not? So, let's first of all do a Raven check, because we may find a few errors, right? Like we may have written something wrong, and I say we, but I really mean I. Line 233, something is wrong. See, oh, I'm just going to recursively open everything because I just want to look at the errors. 2 equals 1? What do you mean 2 equals 1? Path join? Path join is not declared by OS2. What? My bad. Join? My bad. Join? Oh, it's join path. Oh, I see. Why did I switch windows? Okay, state of the type pointer to state has no field output path here. What? What do you mean? I see what you mean. It's actually called output directory path. Ah, I see what you mean. It actually makes sense. Let me close this one. I don't really need it. Oh, I just ran the same thing twice. Sorry. 241. What's the problem? 241. Did the same thing again. Render HTML string. You cannot cast it? Oh yeah, that's not what I should be doing. I should be transmuting. 278. Transmute. There we go, guys. It compiles. We can Raven dev. It should compile properly. Well, I mean, I don't know if it compiles. Yeah, yes, it does. Now I know that it compiles. And if I run it, it should fail, right? Right. Of course, I don't want this. I don't want this to be the kind of error that my user receives at the end. So I should just rewrite my explode function. Okay. But okay, input directory path not provided are empty. That's correct. That's correct. Okay. And there's this command that I was running right here. Where is it? This. What is it? Do you have? Oh, we have a config.lua. We do. We do. And it just does. Yeah, I was just trying to see if it. Right. Yeah. Let's try to do something actually somewhat valid. So, like a very minimal thing. I'm just going to go into config, and I should be completely empty. Actually, config should be optional, no? Like, sometimes you don't want any configuration. To do, make config.lua optional. Why not? That makes absolute sense. Instead of having to provide an empty file, that would be weird. So what I need to do now is it needs there to be an input directory, and I'm going to create one. How do you do that again? It's like input dir / enter, and I'll need an output dir to put things in, and then templates. Okay. Yes, create all of those directories, please. And now that I have them, I can start doing stuff, right? Plus, I should change my commands. Use input dir, output dir, and templates. So that's going to be input is going to be input dir. Output is going to be output dir. Nothing surprising. And template is going to be templates. And so it's failing because the output directory already exists. And I think I have already written some. Sorry. I have already written some to do here. But in case I hadn't, I'll just say currently make program not error on existing output dir. And another to do would be add option, add flag to, add option, add CLI flag to remove output dir if it exists. So they can, I don't know, build clean, because that's probably something you'd kind of want to do most of the time, but sometimes not. So I'll make it optional. Okay, output dir already exists, and this is so terrible for some reason. Yes, what will be so terrible for some reason actually will be okay, I'll create a Raven command, and I'll call it. My bad. And I'll call it. It's not build. Would be PSBB. My bad. And what it will do is Raven.run. I expect it to run in this directory. I mean, oh, wait. Well, since I'm adding this, I'm going to actually make a directory called example. I don't know if example is a good one, because it's not really an example, right? It's just the place where I'm going to be doing local tests. I'll create local, and I'll move input dir to local, and I'll move config.lua to local, and I'll move templates to local. Not that I really needed to do any of that. And I'll remove output dir. Do we have a remove directory? Because we have a create one. I think I even had a comment on Raven talking about that. Remove dir. We do have Raven remove directory, but is it registered in main? It is. Quite cool. I didn't recall that. So by default, I'll just remove the... Just so we don't keep getting this error, I'll remove the local output dir. Okay. And then I would do build. Yeah, I'll run build/psbb.exe, and I'll pass it. The input directory is local/input dir, and the output directory is local output dir, and the template directory is local templates, and the config is local/config.lua. Is that correct? I don't recall if I called it config. Did I? Dash config. Yes, I did. That's what I did. Okay. So now Raven PSBB. Success, guys. Apparently, it did absolutely nothing. I suppose. Shouldn't have. Can you recursively Recursively list all files and subdirectories under the current directory using a glob pattern. Oh, of course. So that should be local slash everything slash everything. So that's all we have. It didn't even create. Wait. It didn't panic. So like fine. Weird. It does do that with input dir path. So it should go like, oh, let me recursively go within the input path and create stuff. Oh, but the input path is empty, so it doesn't do anything. Of course, that makes absolute sense. Okay, so let's create something for it to do. So first of all, I'm going to go local input dir. I need to get used to using this thing, okay? And I'll go manifesto.txt. Okay. Create it. And here I am. And I'll say, we believe in nothing. Nothing exists. Nothing is real. Put TNT traps in your friends' Minecraft worlds. Okay, so that will be our manifesto. So if I do this, it says panic. Failed to copy D user home code psbb local input dir manifesto.txt to D user home code psbb local output dir manifesto.txt. Why? Wait. Where's the output directory? Oh, okay, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense, guys. That does make sense. So you'll see here where we say if the file is not a PSPB file, copy it to output. Yeah, that in that place. It's in that place, guys. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're going to move the right render the data up there. Specifically, though, we're going to do this with those things right here. Oh. I let my pen fall. So at the start here, we make a validation like, oh, is this thing... Okay, not this part. This part doesn't exist. It doesn't matter for us. This part. We split it. Right, because it's like the output directory must not exist yet, right? Right, guys? So, before we even do that, right here, we should try and make the damn directory. That should be state, it's not output, dir path. And we should capture, oh, it only returns in there, that's right. Create output directory. This will later change to like only do this if it doesn't exist and shit. I broke the thing here. I don't know why I like using these blocks so much. I just do. So create it if make dir err is not nil and not exists. Okay, let's try again. First of all, let's rebuild. Type invalid type error for implicit actually exists. Is it exist? Yeah. Yay, it worked, guys. It did work. So now, as you can see, we have copied manifesto to output directory, and if we open it, there we go. As you can see at the bottom, we are in output dir manifesto.txt, and it has copied it fully. That's, of course, that's nothing great or special. What will be is when we try to do that with PSBB files. So let's do exactly that. I'm going to split it right here, and I'm going to go into input dir, and I'm going to add dummy.psbb, right? Okay. And yes, I wanted to create it. And then I'm going to go here, and whatever is here will not even render. Just letting you guys know beforehand. And output directory already exists. Oh, this is probably failing, right? Because there are files within it, which is why didn't I have a recursive version? Wait. This has a recursive thing. Okay? Is it documented anywhere? I didn't do that, right? That's on me. That's on me, bro. That is on me, bro. Sorry, guys. No, I wanted the file. This one. So, okay, Lua removed. What? Okay, so it's path, and the second one is recursive boolean, so I want to do true. So that should delete it now, even if it has stuff inside of it. Okay, that's a different problem. Failed to create directory. What is it trying to do? This is in line 238 of main. 83 actually, my bad. The output dir. 283 failed to create directory. D, what is this thing it's trying to create? D user home code psbb local output dir D user home. What? Why did it merge? Oh, wait. No. I was gonna say something, but it does not make sense. Output file path. So the output file path is split. So the output file path is probably malformed or wrong in some way. Oh, did I join the wrong thing? I don't seem to have. I removed the extension. Oh, wait. I think this is wrong, right? We should advance by the input dir and then start after it. Right? Let's try it again. Does that even compile first? It does. Now we try this and it works. But instead of seeing anything related to this, we should just see like banana nana, because that's the output of our thing. Output dir. What is this? Okay. I mean, okay, the output is not bad, but it shouldn't have created a. Oh yeah, of course, because I'm telling it to join. It's right on my screen at relative line 16 below my cursor, right? It should be. Yeah, it's trying to do like dummy and then .html. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Guys, that makes sense. Also, one improvement I could have here is I could also remove the input there, right here, right? So we just get it clean. No, actually, don't do this. Why would it? Why would I do this? Do not do this. I don't know why I had this idea. I got confused for a second. So those two here should get mixed. Right, so I just do path that join. That's how you do things here. Goes to the path join. And this should be like relative path and HTML ext. And this can return something, an error. It does return yeah, this is where it's wrong, right? This is where it's wrong. Because it's trying to join like the output dir with the relative path with this. So these two things should be together. Right here, right? So this should do those two things. Where are we setting up a file path? No, wait, yeah, that's exactly what we should be doing, actually. My bad. Output file name will be the name of this thing. Output file ERR. If output file ERR is not nil, panic. Fail to join. No, 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 no. That's not what we want to do. That's not what we want to do. That's not an OS2.join. That's a strings join. Okay? Do you have strings imported? Yes. So we do not need that, do we? If I recall correctly, we shouldn't. Should like panic for us. And so instead of doing those two things right here, we do output file name. Sorry, I activated caps lock for some reason. So that should be way better. See if there's any compilation error. Parameter separator. The separator is nothing. It needs to be a string, right? Why do I have a dot? It's nothing. Okay, and then Raven PSBB now. It succeeds. Well, let's see if it does what we expect. If I go into files, I should go to output directory. And there is dummy.html. Okay, that's where we expected it to be. And here's its content. It's just banana nana, right? That is awesome. We are indeed doing most of the stuff we wanted to do. Okay. Of course, we still have stuff to do. Specifically, we need to do this parse page and parse template. They are the most important functions to write right now. So parse page will be the bulk of the thing first, right? It's going to be the one that's a bit harder to parse as well. And it's going to provide information that the parse template thing can then use to produce the actual page. And then whatever string comes out of rendered HTML str is just going to be written to the thing. I'll do one more test, however, before proceeding, which is if it respects subdirectories. So in order to do this, I'm going to input directory and I'm adding a folder. I'm going to call it subfolder in true example fashion. And I'm going to delete this, and I will do that because I need to tell it that it's a folder by appending a little slash at the end. And inside of this, I will add subfile.psbb, because why wouldn't I? And now I have it, and I can enter it, and I can say some content in the sub file of the subfolder. Right, and then if I do psbb, it should succeed, and I should see a subfolder in the thing in the okay. You are going to be banned. Where's this? Faithful Vanex spam. Did I type your name wrong? Why is your message still there? No, he's banned. Okay, his message was deleted. Get out of my chat. Get out of my chat. Okay, we do not want you here. So let's inspect. In the output folder, we see subfolder where we see subfile. Okay, so that structure is working already. And we see banana nana. We're going to see banana nana in whatever thing we produce currently. Okay, it should be expected. Yeah. Now we can go and parse page. And that's where the true fun is going to happen. That's the other thing I wanted to show. Because we're going to finally parse our page syntax. Yes. I think, okay, I should do this in 2 stages. I should probably parse the harder part, which is parsing the basic syntax with the template generators. Okay, I should do that first, and I should then later come by and do all of the stuff that is precisely within the syntax sugar stuff. Where is it? Is in short here. I call them shortcuts. So all the things in shortcuts should come later, and everything else could come before, right? So those are basically like paragraph parsing, comments, really easy to do, template generators, the hardest part here in general, and finally escaping stuff. So the backslash itself is okay. It's the escape block that really is the bulk of this topic, and if I parse those, I will have already done the majority of the work, and I'll get a bunch of useful information I need in order to let the template do its job quite well. And then later on, when this is working, I can come back and I'll implement headings, right? Which is just like, a contiguous sequence of 1 to 6 colons at the start of a line, possibly after white space of any kind, and possibly with with a what I'll call what I think I'm calling an argument list or something. Yeah. So you can have an argument list after the little marker for a title, and then the name. Okay. And then comes inline kind of a syntax thingies like emphasis and strong to make things italic and bold, but well, that's what people think at least. But in reality, those things have a semantic purpose of telling screen readers and other similar tools like, hey, this thing is important to some capacity. Okay. And so after that, I'll be done actually, specifically with PSBB files, right? But right, which is the entire thing here about pages. But then I have to parse templates. And that's actually going to be easier than parsing pages, okay? So the templates, they merely have template functions. And what else do they have? Actually, that's all they have. So that's going to be quite easy to do. I just need to accept escaping, and there we go. That's all I'll do. Nothing too complicated, okay? I think I'm gonna end the stream here. All right. You guys will be able to see in my Twitch channel that I have updated most of my stuff. At least I tried. Why are those two panels in the wrong order? Huh? Why? Why would you be here when you should be there? Let me fix that. There we go. So I have an about me and a life code little thingy because sometimes people ask me about that. And let me show you guys. Let me show you. I think it's worth showing. Okay. Here's the stream browser. It's going to kind of blink for you guys. Where is my Twitch thingy? Here. Oh my god, it's getting recursive. So I updated things here. This still said I was 20 years old. It's all written in English now, unlike before. What else? You will not see a donate thing. Yet I have to set up some stuff before we can start thinking about donations even. And I mean, honestly, I'm fine with not even receiving donations. It's not like this is my job. I have a job outside of Twitch, and I just do this for fun. So there are links to my socials here. Hopefully, all of them are valid links to my profiles. So this is me on GitHub. I need to update this. Me on X. What else is there? And my live stream archive channel. I thought would be more appropriate to link here than my music channel because it's vastly unrelated to this channel, whereas this is quite on topic. All right, guys. I will be ending the stream here. Did tons of stuff. About the next stream, as I mentioned here, I'll start trying to use the schedule, right? I say here, there are no defined days for the stream. Check the schedule tab, which you can do by going. Where can you do that? Why isn't that? Can I? Okay, well, I'm sorry, it's not working right now for whatever reason. But usually, you can click on the schedule thing here to see the schedule for the stream. It's not appearing for me for whatever reason. And that I'll try using that to like let people know when the next stream is happening. I don't know if announcing it on Twitter and stuff is really great. I don't think anyone who would watch me would like that on Twitter. Currently, I'm getting way more views on YouTube with the VODs than like on actual live streams, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. I can stream to myself. Okay, I'm fine. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think there will be a live stream tomorrow, mostly because I'll be working most of the day. Actually, tomorrow I'll be working more than I work most of the days because we have an important thing happening. And the day after that is probably chill. So on Friday, there's a great chance of me streaming again, right? And continuing to work on this. There's a possibility that I will work on the static block builder between streams, like doing small stuff. I don't think I'm going to do a lot because I really want to do this thing on stream and let people see me struggling to do things and solving the problems and the way I make decisions about things and stuff like that. Hopefully it's going to be useful to somebody, especially people who are beginning their programming careers and want to see how someone who writes code goes about writing code. So that's it for this stream. I hope whoever watches this later or has gotten any part of it in the middle of the stream enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll get a lot more done next stream. I'll be a lot more fluent at the my new key bindings with the mini.nvim plugins. And yeah, that's it, I guess. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you in the next stream.